Welcome to your energy update with the angels. I'm Devon Duerr, angel intuitive and spiritual teacher. The overall energy right now is calling on us to be both generous and responsible. The angels are asking us to take a professional and practical approach to any challenges or roadblocks. We're going to dive deeper into this guidance because it's not just having to do with any kind of financial or career decisions. It also has to do with close, intimate relationships. But before we dive deeper, I'd like to ask you to go ahead and affirm this guidance with a pocket affirmation I have for you customized to this guidance. If you feel called to, write this affirmation in the comments below this video to activate this guidance now. I allow divine guidance into my life. I allow divine guidance into my life. Now, if you caught my most recent video, I talked about the time that I was on a walk recently where the angels put the word allow in front of me in big, bold letters. And the reason they did this is because we often talk about being aware of signs and symbols from our angels and our spiritual team and spiritual time. But also we sometimes get too focused on getting the sign in a certain way or at a certain time. So the angels reminded me that we also have to allow the signs to come to us in the right time for us, in the right way for us. So this is where I'll remind you that sometimes you might say to your angels, well, I want a purple feather to show up somewhere in my life to know that the answer is yes. And the angels are saying, it might be yes in the future. It's not yes yet. And getting a purple feather to you might not help things happen at the right time. So then you just say to your angels, send me a loud and clear sign, and then you allow them to send it to you in the way that is in your highest interest. In fact, that's why I always say a prayer of protection before I connect with the angels, before I get these messages for you, asking that I only connect with the highest vibrational beings and these messages be for the highest interest of those coming across them. That way, if it's not in your highest interest, it won't appeal to you, it won't call to you. So that's a great reminder here too, because this is a general reading. If there is something that doesn't resonate with you, it may not be meant for you, it may be meant for someone else, or it just might not be the right time for you to hear it. That's why I always encourage you to come back as many times as you want to listen to these videos, or if you feel called to click on any of the other angel messages on my video at any point in time, just click on it. See, there's probably a message there because the angels are that efficient. They'll give you a little tap on the shoulder like, ooh, this one looks interesting. It doesn't matter when I recorded it. I even have videos that have dates on them. But if you, for some reason, come across it and you feel like clicking on it or it starts playing on your channel, then try to stay open and aware and allow the messages to come to you that are in your highest interest. So again, if you did, I appreciate it. Write in the comments below, I allow divine guidance into my life to activate this guidance now. And we will have another pocket affirmation for you to affirm everything as well. But let's go back into that overall energy. They were talking about taking a generous and responsible approach to any challenges coming our way, especially with relationships. Now, this could be relationships to your health. It could be relationships to your job or your coworkers or a project. But they are also talking about relationships that are really important to you in your life, such as family members, spouses, children, really close friends and parents. So what they're asking you to do right now is look to see where you feel challenged to keep going with something. Are you feeling like you need to throw the towel and give up on something? Are you having a hard time believing in yourself or having the courage to protect what you've created so far? So an example might be you've been putting a lot of energy into a new romantic relationship or a new friendship. You're not entirely sure whether things are going the way they are meant to be going. And part of you wants to just say, you know what, I'm just going to cut off this relationship. I'm just going to give up on this relationship. Well, the angels want you to first check in to see if this is a courage issue. Is this a lack of belief in your ability to take this relationship to a new level? Maybe it is a friendship you're wanting to take to a deeper level. Maybe it's something to do with your work and you're wanting to reach out and collaborate with somebody and you're not really having the courage to ask. But we can never get a yes if we don't ask. And the worst we can get is a no. And that's okay, because every time you get a no, you're that much closer to a yes, because you are putting the energy in to asking and finding out. And so that's a very important thing to check in with right now. If you are feeling challenged, with your relationships to whatever situation, the ones that they are asking us to be professional about and responsible, then that would be the opportunity there. Sorry, my phone is ringing right now. I thought I had it turned off. Where was I with the messages? Oh, the professional and generous approach. This is where, when you are taking that practical professional approach, it helps you have that courage because you know you're coming in with that responsible energy there. So that's the guidance there around the challenges that you are seeing. But what they want you to know that you are not aware of is very soon you are going to have a very successful completion of your projects or whatever it is that you are focused on. So if you are highly focused on taking a relationship to a new level or reaching out to those people and asking if they want to collaborate, or you're trying to bring some kind of project to a conclusion, or just feel like it's going to be successful, it's coming very soon for you if you stay positive, if you have the courage, and you protect what you've created so far. So what effort have you already put in to these relationships or projects that you need to protect? And we did get that message in the most recent video I posted as well. So they're continuing with that guidance. It's important that we have courage and we don't throw the towel in. We keep going with what we've been working on and following our heart. Now, one of the things they want to commend you for right now is how you have really listened to your intuition lately, and you have had patience with things and really considered things carefully before acting. That was actually a message we had in the most recent video as well. So hopefully you got that message and you listened to it, and that's what they're talking about. How temporary standstills are often there to help us find a more innovative approach to something, help us see where something's not working, or help us realize where we forgot something and we need to go back and dot those I's and cross those T's and make sure everything is in alignment to help it flow better. So at the time you're hearing these messages, they're asking to learn what you can from any challenges and also review everybody's motives. That's one of the guidance messages we get almost all the time from the angels is, are you really clear on your motivation for why you are doing something? And are you clear on the other people's motivations for why they're doing it? So an example might be, maybe you are working on a collaborative project, and we'll make it real simple. Maybe the two other people you're working with, one of them wants to increase their followers on social media, the other one wants to sell their program, and you just simply want to get the experience and try to share something with the world that your heart has created. And those are all things that can work together and are all very positive things, but sometimes they take different techniques and a different strategic approach. You would definitely approach a social media strategy differently than you would some type of nonprofit, giving and receiving cycle, or just trying to get some art out there in a way. Now you would need that approach, right? You still need that social media approach to get that art out there. But the person who's trying to sell the program might not want to do it the same way the person who's trying to gain followers were. So I felt like somebody really needed to hear that there, because they want us to know that that's why those temporary standstills happen. That's why it's really important to trust that if we understand everybody's motives and we learn what we can from any roadblocks or challenging information, that's going to help us going forward, because very soon you're going to begin to see things moving at a much faster pace than they already are. And I know that's something that's been coming up also in the messages, like things have already been moving so fast. Things have already been so energetic and even kind of stressful. And this is where the angels will remind us that even when you're excited about something like purchasing a new house or getting married or having a baby, there's a level of stress that comes with that we're not always fully aware of how stressful it can be. And a little bit of stress can be a good thing, but that's where we can get a little out of balance with our emotional body, our physical body. We can allow stress-related health concerns to come in accidentally because we're so focused on the fact that we're excited, we're not taking care of our health. We're not taking care of our work. We're not taking care to dot the I's and cross the T's and all those things. So again, that's where a temporary standstill or a slowdown in something can give you that opportunity to go, you know what, we forgot this anyways, or you know what, that wasn't really going to work out anyways. So I apologize for all the dinging I'm getting all of a sudden, but I guess the angels are wanting you to pay attention to that note right there. But just remember that things are going to begin to move at a quick pace, and it's going to quick pace, and they do want you to find creative solutions. We are in that time, I'll remind you again, as I did in the last video, to find these innovative solutions, new ways of approaching problems. And then we can easily identify things that we hadn't identified in the past. Now, your personal power here, this is an interesting one. The angels always like to talk about where's your power in these situations. The power is going to come from being willing to change your plans when you get challenging information, especially if that information comes in a way that's tactless or a little painful to hear. You want to take that professional, compassionate approach to that information and go, okay, I got to know from this person. This person's changing their mind. They're canceling. I am finding out that this event or venue is not happening when I thought it was. What can we do otherwise? So a good example with this would be something like you're headed to the airport and you get there and you find out that your flight's delayed for a few hours, but you've got a couple of things you can do that are productive with you, working, you've got your laptop with you with some projects you can work on, you've got books, you've got crossword puzzles, you've got other things you can do to help yourself get into the right frame of mind that everything is in divine flow, and anything that is delayed is in your highest interest for that. So that might be the example where the flight's delayed, but it's in your highest interest that it's delayed because they figured out there was some kind of little issue there that they needed to fix so that you weren't delayed at the next stop. So this is where you want to always take that high vibrational approach to the fact that when you learn what you can from a situation and you allow things to happen in divine flow, then it will be in your highest interest. Now, one of the things you might find with people around you is they are challenged to make decisions. They are unwilling to face an issue. Are you in a stalemate with somebody? Are you pretending there's not an issue where there is an issue? Or are you seeing people in your life turn a blind eye to something or pretend there's nothing wrong when there really is an issue? So for example, maybe you are working on a collaborative project and the spending is getting out of control. You're going over budget, but you're choosing to turn a blind eye to that and say, oh, it'll all work out in the end, when really there are things being missed, things that have been forgotten that you need extra budgeting for. So probably somebody needed to hear that specifically, but it could also be a situation with an intimate relationship where you realize there's been a misunderstanding and you know that having that heart-to-heart conversation could be a little uncomfortable. Like they said, your personal power will be where you go ahead and face that problem in a logical way, and you may be willing to tell the truth and change plans based on the truth. So maybe you do have a partner come in and say, you know what, I said I was going to be able to show up at this date and time, and now it looks like I'm not going to be able to. You're dealing with that in a professional way. You're going, okay, well, I understand, and you're finding someone else. And then you find out that this other person coming in had something totally new and creative you never would have thought of. So this is where you're going to gain a lot of benefit from being organized, using logic, slowing down and making sure you have the right structure and discipline in place, and really being a leader with that. If you're the one being professional and practical and going, you know what, this is not working, this is out of budget, this is too much energy into this one situation, but doing it in a kind of professional way, your leadership is going to guide others, and it's ultimately going to bring you all those material and resources you need and allow you to have the time that you want to invest in your heart's projects and be able to have a sensible approach with keeping the 3 areas in your life in balance that the angels want you to always pay attention to, which is your health and fitness, your relationships, and your career and finance. So if you are too focused on your collaborative projects and you're ignoring your spouse or your children, then things get out of balance. If you are too focused on work and doing everything for your family, then your health can get out of balance. So make sure you're making time to bring those things into balance, and that's really going to help you do this in a kind and understanding manner, especially if you understand everybody's motives. So let's go ahead and do another affirmation here. By the way, thank you so much to my subscribers who are always here. If you would be so kind to like and share this video with anybody you think it would resonate with, I would appreciate you so much. And if these messages do resonate with you, I'd really appreciate it if you haven't already to hit the subscribe button. It really helps my channel grow, and I really appreciate it. But this second pocket affirmation I would like you to put in the comments below this video, if you feel called to, is I face challenges with courage and divine support. It's a little bit of a longer pocket affirmation, but it's worth it. I face challenges with courage and divine support. So this is where we're trusting that any challenge that comes our way is meant to give us this new creative solution, this new opportunity that is in our higher interest. What we thought we wanted, there's more available, and there really is. Remember, they said that in this guidance here, that good news is coming, success is coming. We are going to find a way to reach our goals in a successful way. We are on the right path. So this is where we have to trust we are in divine flow. And when we learn what we can from any challenges, when we face problems head on in a professional, courageous, but kind and compassionate manner, we really can find a way to create win-win-wins, find new innovative solutions, and stay on the path we want. That means bringing balance into all areas of our life, checking in to make sure our emotional body, our mental body, our physical body are all in alignment, and of course our spiritual body as well. We have our spiritual team here available with us, and that's the thing. You're here because you're highly intuitive. You were born with natural abilities to connect with your divine team, your spiritual support, your angels. We just have to remember to be open and aware. We have to remember to ask for loud and clear signs, and we have to allow them to come, as we said with the beginning pocket affirmation of I allow divine guidance into my life. So ultimately, the main thing to focus on here is understanding everybody's motives and being willing to be a leader with that. Apply organization and structure, check to make sure you're dotting those I's and crossing those T's, but also keeping your eye on the prize. You know, you are a light worker. You're here because you're a light worker. And I know a lot of times when people hear that, they go, well, no, I'm not. I'm an accountant, or well, like I used to be, or no, I'm not. I'm a teacher, or I work in construction. You are still a light worker. You are putting your light and love into those projects you are creating, into those people you are helping. And so just honoring that really expands and helps the world. And we are all being called on at this time. That's why you're here watching this video, because you are being called on to be the light, to be the leader there. And so I really encourage you to trust in that. You may have heard in my other videos, I do have an event coming up in Austin, Texas called Unite the Light, where we are calling in light workers to come together. I'm collaborating with Christopher Witecki and the team over at Serious Joy. We have so many amazing light workers coming together. Chris Reck from Minnow Pontereau. We have Scott Cruz, who's a psychic medium, and a lot of other amazing people coming in. And I will have the link below this video so you can read about who else is going to be there and the details and all that. But if you can't make it, we are hoping to be able to either stream it live or make it available after the fact, because there's going to be so much powerful information for light workers there, or people who are willing to hold the light to allow other people to be open and aware. And did you hear I just used the word allow again? So this is another way where we are holding the light by simply allowing it to work through us. And that really is the thing there. You know, when I was doing my Reiki Master energy healing training, scalar wave training, and animal communication training, the key was to allow that healing to come through me. I wasn't doing the work. Divine source is doing the work. And that's actually the same thing with these angel messages I'm offering you right now, is I'm simply allowing them to come through my crown chakra into my heart, and then I'm using my throat chakra to share it with you, right? So there's so many ways that we can share divine light in the work we do in day-to-day project, just as simple as like complimenting a stranger, holding the door for somebody, being patient with people in traffic who you can tell are having a bad day, they're giving in to the road rage. So you know what that is for you. I do really appreciate it if you will write in the comments below if you have any questions for me about working with the angels, because I am working also on getting some new content out to you for those of you who are new to working with the angels. I do have a daily podcast at seriousjoy.com where I talk about it a lot, and I had a program there called 40 Days of Past Life and Karma where we went through connecting with your spiritual team. So that's available there as well if you want to check into it. But know that you're already doing it by being here. So one more final piece of guidance here, just reminding you to check in with those relationships around you that where someone might be avoiding facing a problem, and it's going to take you holding the light, you delivering, having that heart-to-heart conversation and delivering information to them in a tactful way. You know, if somebody called you up and said, you know what, I'm not coming out on Friday night, you're on your own, and you're going, whoa, okay, that was a little rude and unexpected. but you're taking that professional and practical approach to it and saying, okay, who else can I get to help me with this project, or what else can I do? And then also, being there for them if you want to be, as support, and saying, okay, well, what's going on? Is everything okay? And that temporary pause, that temporary standstill can give you that opportunity to be a leader and have those heart-to-heart conversations. Remember, take time every day to connect with the angels.